The Detroit Lions have less than 2 weeks. It is in 13 days that people start reporting for training camp. Are you kidding me right now? Football is back. We are in the month of July. We have a game this month, and we have 2 weeks of training camp reporting to hear about leading up to it. I can't wait. The first open practice to the public is in 20 days. Truly awesome stuff. Football is back. Congratulations, NFL. You've done it. You have created a way for the calendar to go year-round. I am truly impressed. I always say it's an 11-month calendar, but this year it did feel like 12 because we have the Hall of Fame game. So July feels like there's something to talk about, even though I can tell it's 4th of July coming up. Happy 4th. And I can tell some of the people are getting a little tired of the Lions stuff going on. But you know what? We're here. We're going to keep making videos. Today I want to talk to you about training camp darlings. Every year it happens, right? Tom Kennedy's been a training camp darling every single year for the last 6 years, right? But every year there are a player, 2 players, 3 players, 4, even 5 that get the attention of all of us as fans. They get us excited. They make us wonder if they're going to make the team. And then 50% of the time they make the team and we're thrilled. And the other half of the time they don't, and we're all left going, what in the world's going on? So here's my question for you. Who is going to be the training camp darling this year of 2025? Who is going to go out, because we get that extra preseason game, to see these guys? Who is going to make people fall in love with them during the preseason? Maybe it's the work ethic at practice. Maybe it's the effort put forth on the field in preseason, or maybe it's just talent that flashes. So here's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to go through each position. We're going to start at the most boring one at quarterback, even though quarterback's the most important, of who's going to become the training camp darling. I'll be using PFF just to look at who's available. All right. So first is quarterback. I'm going to say the training camp darling. A lot of people would say, oh, what about Kyle Allen, right? What about Kyle Allen? He's new. People are going to love him. Or what if Hendon Hooker actually starts to ball out a little bit? What if he actually starts to show that he can read progressions and things like that? Then he is absolutely going to become a training camp darling. People always love the backup quarterback in Detroit. Even when we have a phenomenal quarterback, we always want to know that this team will be okay for a few games if our starting quarterback goes down. It's something that I think is very important to remember. Next, let's go to the running backs. All right? This one's easy for me. Oh, this one's easy for me. It's Sione Vaki right here. All right, Sione Vaki all day. He is going to now, remember, we drafted Sione Vaki, and he had only ran the ball 80 or 90 times. He was a safety in college. And last year in the preseason, he flashed. He showed he could be good. This year, we have better depth on the offensive line. He's going to flash even better. And so he'll look better because he has better blocking. And we're going to be starting to ask ourselves the question, when does he replace David Montgomery faster than if he's going to be able to play or have a spot on this team? Very excited about him. That's not a shot at David Montgomery. David Montgomery is still the guy. Don't even worry about it. Not even for a second. He's still the guy. All right, tight end. That one's a little bit trickier. I think this goes hand in hand with better backup and third-string quarterback play. In order for a tight end to flash, that said tight end needs to get looks and needs to get targets and needs to get some stuff done. I think Shane Zylstra is going to be the training camp darling. He's going to be healthy, and he's going to make us all wonder, all right, is he now officially ready to play and contribute on this team? All right. For the next one, I'm going to go for the entirety of the offensive line. So there are a lot of names here. Lots of names. All right. And I know it says Craig down here. That's my name. Don't worry. I'm not on the offensive line. I'm not that big. All right. So many names to choose from. All right. There are some that are obvious. All right. I think Tate Ratledge is going to become the guy everybody loves. That's a duh. Right? That's a duh, because he is replacing Frank. And the question is how much is he going to play in the preseason? If he plays a ton in all 4 games, you know that he's probably not as ready as we had hoped he was. All right, so my training camp darling is going to go down here to a guy that we drafted last year. It's Giovanni Manu. I think we are going to see him start at left tackle and play almost the entirety of the 4 preseason games. I think the guy plays at least half of every single game, and we are going to be like, wow, he is a monster. He is a mountain over there on the left side, and he is going to start giving us hope and reason to be excited for Taylor Decker. And the fact that Taylor Decker's getting older. Taylor Decker will be 31 as we start the year here, or he'll turn 31 shortly into it. I'm not sure exactly when his birthday is, but what I do know is that we need somebody sooner than later getting into that. All right, now let's move over to we need to move over into the defensive line on the defensive side of the ball. All right, ton of defensive linemen here too. And again, with this, you can kind of figure it out pretty quickly. I have a couple of people that I think are going to be interesting. At the end of the day, there's only one obvious name. Number one is, that's not the obvious name. Broderick Martin is one of the few that I'm going to talk about. Broderick Martin, apparently the dude had just been eating Jets pizza. This is a real report. Just been eating Jets pizza every single day. And now he's got his body better in the offseason because, for the second year in a row, because he has his diet honed in. So can he compete and look explosive? Tyleik Williams, how much run will he actually get? I don't know how much run he'll actually get. We have so many defensive linemen here. It's unbelievable. I think this is the very clear. It's Ahmed Hassanin. This is the guy. This is the guy that's going to be the darling for everybody. Coming out of Boise State, the hardest worker you'll ever see. That is endearing both to Detroit Lions fans, but also, if I can be completely honest, that's just flat out endearing to preseason football. You just want to see guys that are willing to work harder than everybody else. And Ahmed Hassanin is going to be one of those guys who's going to win on sheer will and talent. And then we'll be able to see him grow right before our eyes as he learns to be better. All right, let's move back to the next level, which is the linebacker position before we get into the secondary. I am going to go ahead. I made a video on this guy just yesterday. If he gets any run, it's going to be Grant Stewart. There's not a ton of linebackers in this room. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But Malcolm Rodriguez is hurt. Alex Anzalone and Jack Campbell probably won't play. So you're already down to 6, and 3 got to play at the same time. So expect him to get some run, and I think people are going to learn to like him a lot. Ezekiel Turner kind of has that outside shot. And Derek Barnes isn't going to play much. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. People are going to love Zach Cunningham because he's going to play. Even though he's 30 years old, he's going to play, and he's going to look really good in the preseason because, obviously, he's an experienced player. Of course he's going to look good. All right, now I'm going to do the last one. I'm going to do corners, and then I'll do safeties. PFF is silly. They have Brian Branch as a corner. They haven't realized he doesn't play nickel corner anymore. He still does at times. But not all the time. So who's going to be the guy out of here that's the training camp darling? Oh, yeah. You know who I'm going with. I did a video on him, too. It's Ennis Rakestraw Jr. This is a guy that is going to get people absolutely excited. In fact, I would say he'll play well enough in the preseason if he can stay healthy that I don't think it's necessarily founded, but he's going to have people questioning, if everything goes right, if Terrion Arnold should be the number 2 QB or quarterback, or if it should be Ennis Rakestraw. It's very interesting to think about. You got to think about it. All right. And then the safeties. All right. This one is very simple, very easy. All right. I would say that it would be Lauren Strickland, but he had his opportunity. He had it. He absolutely had it with this team last year. I get it. I like it. It's going to be Dan Jackson. It's going to be Dan Jackson because he is just that prototypical work hard, has more athleticism than you'd think. But keep an eye out for Ian Connolly. We did a video on him as well. Ian Kennelly, out of Grand Valley State University, threw up threw up a RAS score. He didn't just puke, all right? He threw up a RAS score over 9 out of 10. He is the 100th most athletic safety to ever test since 1987. Something to look at and see, like, can he play at this level? Can he play at this speed? If he looks competent out there, people are going to be calling for him to make this team. All right, there you go. Training Camp Darlings. Who's it going to be? What's it going to look like? Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. I don't know why I did this. Happy 4th. Happy Independence Day. Yay. I am weird.